Well, I thought I'd show you what it's been like for me for the last 6 days since I got home after dismounting my bike when I was trying to park it last Wednesday. So I've managed to get myself on the sofa. I've got a pair of crutches, and my next door neighbour has given me the loan of a wheelie walker for the period. So I'm getting around using it and a pair of crutches. I've got a box or two boxes of stabby needles which they gave me that I inject into either one of my thighs each morning. And these needles are to help prevent blood clots in the leg. I've never done stabbing myself before. Cut myself a bit with a knife a few times, but never injected myself with needles. It's quite easy, but the top of my left thigh is starting to look like a second-hand dartboard. And so I just do alternate thighs each morning. Then I have a paracetamol tablet 4 times a day. And where I'm sitting there, I can quite easily put my arms up over my head because the countertop for the kitchen is right behind me, and I can put my empty cups of tea or a plate or anything on there. So when I get round to the kitchen, I can tidy up from there, because it's difficult to carry things in your hand while you try and operate a wheelie walker and handbrakes and crutches. So there, I've got myself set up quite comfortably there. I've slept on it most nights since I've been home, but for the last 2 nights I've managed to get myself in bed. So I'll show you the operation of how I managed to get off the sofa. I grab one of the crutches and slide it underneath the heel of my right leg so it's supported, and then I put pressure down on my left hand on the crutch, so that when I lower the footrest, it's an electronic sofa, so I'll lower the footrest down to such a point where I can get my left feet or left foot underneath the crutch and keep pressure on it, so that when I put the footrest down the rest of the way, the crutch doesn't fall down suddenly and jar my leg. And I gently lower the crutch down with my left leg, and then once I get to a certain point, I can pull my cushion out from under the leg, which helps support the leg while I'm got it up in the air, and then gently put my left foot down onto the floor, and that way I can slowly ease the crutch out from between my feet. And then once that's done, gradually move my left foot down so that the right heel touches the floor, and it's supported by the stiffness of the splint that I've got on. So once my right foot's heel is touching the floor, I can move my left foot out. Then I'm good to go. And then I'll swing the wheelie walker into position, put the handbrakes on, and then gradually wiggle my bum towards the edge of the sofa, and then gently ease myself up, putting all the pressure on my left leg, which is now like Popeye's arms, and then gradually wiggle my way around, just swiveling on my left foot until I can get my backside put down on the wheelie walker without doing any mischief to the right leg, and then grabbing the steering arm and then the other one. Handbrakes are off, and then just start to push myself backwards so that I can get into the kitchen, or from there I can get into the bedroom and into the bathroom. First night I tried doing this, it took me an hour to get off the sofa into the bathroom, get myself cleaned up, and then back onto the sofa again. So that was 1 hour of my day gone. But the distance between the table and the sofa is much better now. The table got moved back a little bit so that I can actually get the wheelie walker out of there and into the kitchen, or if I need to go into the garage. But I've got a laptop on the table there which used to be able to edit the 360 videos, which is coming from this particular camera, but it stopped working. So I ended up buying another laptop, which is on the desk in the study, which is through the Aussie flag and turn right. And my study is off one side of the garage. Then I can maneuver myself into the kitchen, which is pretty narrow, which I like that because it's functional. You don't have to move around too much to get from one side to the other. You've got everything at hand. You've got cupboard space at the top. You've got cupboard space down your knee level on both sides. Then you've got the oven at one end. Then you've got the sink. And I'll throw my arms up there in giving up, I think. But that's just to demonstrate how I can put things over my head behind the sofa, like a coffee cup or tea cup or an empty plate, and then I can clear up afterwards once I get back into the kitchen. Because the floor is tiled, it makes it much easier to maneuver around. I can turn turn the walker around any which way, and sometimes it's hard to open up a door because you're facing the wrong way. But from here I can put my dishwashing stuff away into the cupboards without any drama. Try and keep the place as neat and tidy as I can. The other day I even did a little bit of housework using a broom, but not the vacuum cleaner. I've got some mats in the kitchen in various places, but I ended up picking them up, folding them up, and putting them out the way so the wheels on the wheelie walker don't get caught on them. But I'm able to stand up once I put the handbrakes on, and I can maneuver the wheelie walker out of the way of any obstacle if I need to. But it all takes time and careful planning on every move that I make. But I'm coping. But I mean, the fridge and the cupboards are pretty bare of any food, so I've made up a shopping list where a friend Tim will come around tomorrow and do a bit of shopping for me. I don't need much because I could still live off probably 6 months reserves of fat and still survive. But this is how I'm getting around. So I've got about maybe 2 to 3 months of this. As long as I don't do any stupid damage to the leg by falling over again. So everything is calculated, slow, methodical. And I don't care if it does take a little bit of time to get things done. But, I'm getting it done, which is the main thing. Never give up. Now, if I could roll that carpet up, I would. It's a bit big and heavy.